here from Copy What I Use for Revision, and in today's video I'm going to cover 5 reasons why I think this book, which is Dr. Chan's GCSE Total Recall System, is a great tool to have if you're helping your children with revision, or even if they want to do revision on their own. Okay, so here's the 5 things that I think give the best value for it. And the first thing is, the first thing I always ask myself when I'm going to purchase a project is how much it's going to cost me. So is it value for money? And in my opinion, it absolutely is, because at the time of making this video, it's just £19.95 plus a few pound postage and packing. So in my opinion, for the revision tool that it is and the alternative revision methods inside, it's definitely worth the £19.95. Second question I'd ask myself is, will I waste my money, and am I going to just spend money and not have any value from it? Well, the good news with this is you actually get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. No quibble. As I say, if you're not happy or you don't think your child has learnt anything at all, within 30 days, just return it and then you'll get a full refund. Number 3, the other reason, and the biggest reason I advocate it, is because it's a lot easier to revise using the revision techniques covered in this book. Why? Because they actually show how to store numbers and tricky information and lists in the form of images, because it's proven that images are much easier to remember than text or numbers. And for those of you who've already subscribed, you already know I share a lot of videos giving examples of this. For those who haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe at the end of the video, and that'll make sure you won't miss any up and coming videos. And be sure to catch up on the videos I've already made, because I give a lot of examples of how I adapt the ones that are in here to actually form my own as well. Okay, so they're going to be different and they're going to be easier. The other big reason is because you can actually improve your child's predicted grade. Why? Because it actually will accommodate all different learning preferences. I mean, if your child is sort of struggling to learn, or even if your child is a really good academic learner, they will always benefit from this system. Because my oldest child, she absolutely loves revision, but even she still uses these techniques to store the information into her memory, because it actually stores into the long-term memory with what he shows in this book. My younger one hates revision, so when I'm helping her with a revision, I make sure I use these techniques as well, because otherwise I wouldn't remember anything, because my memory's not what it used to be. Okay, so it can improve the predicted grades for any sort of ability learner. And finally, and this is the big one I think, when you actually use these type of revision methods, it sort of gives your child an unfair advantage in the exams. It's almost as if they're cheating, but it's not cheating, because what they're doing, because they've actually stored this information so well and into their long-term memory, it makes the information easier to recall. So it's almost as if your child is taking in their revision notes into the exam with them. I mean, how cool is that going to be? Because ask yourself something, is it easier to try and remember textbook revision and think, crikey, what page was that on now? What parts have I got to extract? Or is it easier to think of a diagram or a room or an imaginary journey where you've placed each of those facts? So if you forget one, you've only got to quickly recap the journey or recap the diagram or whatever method you've used, and or even an alphabet method he shows in here as well, and be able to recall the facts that way. Wouldn't that be a lot less stressful and a lot more effective way of your child going into an exam and applying what they know to the question? Okay, and there's also some extra tips in there, if I just show you quickly. I mean, as well as those 5, I mean, you've got bonus material as well as goal setting and 7 revision study hacks. So there really is a lot of information in this book just for the £19.95. As I say, the book cover's not that attractive, I've got to be honest, but don't judge this book by the cover, because the content in there I strongly recommend, because I've used it myself, and I would strongly recommend these sort of revision methods because they're a lot less stressful and they're a lot quicker to learn. Okay, so that's what I think are 5 good reasons to buy the Dr. Chan's GCSE Total Recall System. If you want further information, I'll also pop a link to my written review, my YouTube review I've done on it, where I've covered it in more depth, and I've also done a short YouTube video as well where I actually flick through the pages so you can actually see the physical product and what you'll receive through the post. Okay, so that's it for today. Speak to you again real soon. Bye for now.